Makes me not like men. To get her off my back. What did you think was gonna happen? I'm literally crying right now. And marry the hot billionaire. I did not guess that. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Alexandria, aka Alexandria Loves Books. Earlier this month, a random number generator chose how many pages I read each week, but this week, a random color generator is going to choose what color book I read this week. Let's spin the random color wheel thing. How do oh, spin. I click this. I would assume so. Click. What color are we getting? Blue? Ooh, blue. I want to give myself liberty here so that I'm making sure I'm reading books that I'm excited to read in this current moment, you know? So I could, this is my TBR, so I could obviously pick I Kiss a Girl, it's mainly blue, but I'm kind of more interested in reading The Only One Left by Riley Sager, and the text is blue, this part is blue. I know it's not like the main color, but it's an important color in this, and I would rather read this. So, my game, my video, my rules. This feels like a good October spooky season read. This is a mystery thriller, potentially horror. Oh, he lives in New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. Hi Jersey, I miss you. I've been really homesick recently. So this is about Kit and Lenora. So Kit is hired to be like a home aide to Lenora, and Lenora is mute, only communicates through like a typewriter. She like types things out. And back in the 20s, Lenora's entire family was murdered, I think. Lenora is telling Kit what happened all through the typewriter. And knowing Riley Sager, I don't know him well, but knowing him, there might be a little bit of horror in this, or it might lean that way, which I don't like it when I don't read like horror, but I read The House Across the Lake, and that leaned into horror was fun and interesting to me. So I like just like a touch of it, but I don't like when that's the whole vibe. So we'll see what this one is like. It's a few days later. I'm only on page 102. I have a theory, but it's not a fully fleshed out theory, but it's something that's in the back of my mind that I'm like, what could this mean? One thought I have so far of the book is that it's Kit's first night as Lenora's caretaker, and already Lenora is like typing out, I want to tell you everything because I trust you. I'm like, this is your first night knowing each other. It's creepy vibes being in this house where the murders happened, but you want to share the secret that you've held on to for 60 years to the stranger? Okay, I feel like it's a little rushed. I don't mind because I like things getting right to the point into the story, but at the same time, I'm like, that doesn't feel natural. It's the next night. I didn't really read at all today, and then it was 12:30 a.m. and the past few weeks, I haven't been sleeping well at all. Literally the past few nights, I haven't been able to fall asleep until 4 a.m. So I kind of was like, it's 12:30. That's when I would normally go to bed. I was like, let me just start reading. I'll only read for 30 minutes. It's not a big deal, it's fine. Well, it is now just past 3 a.m. and I've read this much, and I'm now on page 240. This book is so interesting. So many mysteries and thrillers to me are really boring the first half, but not this one. No, I am eating this up. There's so many new reveals and information and twists and turns, and it's just so captivating. If I wasn't getting tired, I could keep reading. I could see myself pulling an all-nighter if I push myself to, but I just know that's not the smartest decision. My original theory that I had mentioned that I somewhat had at the beginning, I don't think that's a theory anymore. I don't think that's possible because there's so much new information since that theory that it does not make sense at all. It doesn't even seem like a possibility. Honestly, right now I'm kind of clueless. I have queries, but not theories, where I'm I want to know more about this section of the topic, and I want to know about this aspect of the story and that, but I don't know how they all come together at all. Okay, I'm on page 303, chapter 36, and the brain is braining right now, guys. Now, as Kit is doing something I have a new theory. I don't fully understand it. It's not fully fleshed out, but connections are being made. And I just wanted to establish that so you all know my brain is really smart before I read it for myself. Watch, I'm like completely wrong. I don't know, but let's find out. Wait, so then, okay, and who was that? Who? Oh, what does this mean? I did not guess that. Oh, my heart is kind of breaking. This is really sad. Man, just read page 325 and my heart is really sad for her. New reveal, new plot twist. So then who was the one that every time I think everything's been revealed, bam! Riley Sager hits us with something else. Page 376. What and how? I don't know if I've ever felt this way about a thriller before. Usually thrillers, I mean, like, I'm hooked with like the plot twists and the mystery, and I love the psychological aspects. I'm literally crying right now over the only one left. But I've never felt so connected to the characters. I've never like felt this deeply for characters in like a mystery book. There's people in this book that I want the best for. I care for them very deeply. I'll just say that clearly. I don't know if I've ever cried from a thriller. This is so wild. This is a 5-star. This is a 5-star read. Okay, after that craziness, let's spin the wheel and see what color book we have to read next. Spin. Let's see. Blood orange. Dang it, I was really hoping for red. We were so close to red. I really want to pick, funny you should ask, because as I bet a lot of you know, Caroline has been really wanting me to read this, and I want to read it for her sake, to get her off my back. I feel like the Song of Achilles, like that looks like blood orange to me. I feel like Mad Honey is an option. Like the font looks like kind of like a deeper orange. I was really hoping for like a rom-com or something, because after that, I need something light. I don't think I'm gonna get light. Mad Honey is a literary fiction, and it's a long one, and literary fiction typically leaves me bored. So I don't really know if I'm in the mood for this. Or the Song of Achilles, isn't this like a tragedy? Tale of gods and goddesses, kings and queens, immortal fame, and the human heart. I think I'm gonna choose the Song of Achilles, which is just gonna give me more heartbreak, because I already like know the story a little bit, but I'm really interested to read this with like the perspective of like the love story. I thrifted this at Goodwill, and this little paper is left in there from page 193, and I'm assuming that's their bookmark, the last person that owned this, and I'm really curious why they DNF'd that part. So I've left their bookmark in so that I can read it for myself and kind of see what's up with that. So I reached the point of this stranger's little bookmark. Like, this makes no sense for them to DNF it here. It's the middle of a chapter. Who would DNF in the middle of a chapter? And especially like these pages, like, yes, something is going on in this scene, but like nothing of significance that would be like drawing the line for someone to call it quits right then and there. I am 193 pages in. This follows Achilles and Patroclus, whatever. I'm just gonna say their names however it comes out of my mouth because I've heard it many different ways. This is a Greek mythology historical fictions with like a subplot of romance. Patroclus is exiled, and he's the son of the prince, but he's exiled, and he goes to, I don't know how to say any of the names, places or the names or the people, but he goes to this other kingdom, and Achilles is a prince there at that kingdom, and so their paths cross. Patroclus becomes the sworn companion of Achilles, so then they spend all their days together. And so then of course, you know, feelings happen, but it's like very subtle, and I think it's very sweet and wholesome in some aspects. Achilles is half god, and he is like prophesied to be like the best soldier warrior ever, and now they're facing war where they're going to the Greece sieging Troy war. I don't know what that war is really called. I'm not like the biggest like Greek mythology person. In college I had to take theater history courses, and along with theater history is a lot of stories like these. So I read a lot of like plays and things having to do with this stuff, and also like with the war on Troy. This past summer I watched Troilus and Cressida, a play at my old college, my alma mater, and it was really cool. They did like a gender swap version, and it was really fun and really interesting, but it definitely was a little confusing, and like there's things I didn't like fully grasp watching that play. And reading this, there's some of the Greek mythology stuff and just war stuff and things that I'm like the politics that I'm confused about, but having seen that play, even though I'm a little confused about the play, it has helped me understand things in the book, if that makes sense. And as I was reading this and I was learning about different prophecies over Achilles, I was reminded about how the play ended and more like the details of it. And so now I think I know like how things are gonna play out with this tragedy. Things with this culture, like the way that women are treated and viewed, I don't love it. Also the thing with the princess, I don't know how to say her name, but the princess that starts with a D, I did not like that. Why did that have to be a thing? I'm a little sweaty because I just had a dance party, so don't mind that. But I'm on page 326. I have about 40 pages left. The beginning of the end has definitely started or is about to start. There's this new idea, strategy that is stupid, and I know exactly how it's going to play out, and it's not going to be good. And can I just say, this book makes me not like men. I know this is a different time period, different culture and everything, but men haven't changed much. The way they treat women, the way that they can't handle or regulate their emotions, and the inflated pride and ego, even of our main characters. Why are we having this war over a woman? It's freaking ridiculous. Communicate and respect women. Then this would be a happy story and nothing like bad would have to happen. None of this war, none of this fighting, none of the tragedy that's going to happen would happen. Men, please, I know society trains you in an emotionally unhealthy way, and I'm sorry for that, but please, just feel what you're feeling and be respectful of others and humble yourselves. Please and thank you. My chest is so tight reading this. No, you're being stupid. You're being stupid, don't do this. I'm stressed. Oh no, oh no, oh no. this exact thing was gonna happen. Can I just say, his plan was stupid. And if they wanted to do that plan, someone else, the obvious person should have gone, like, been the one to do the plan, not the person that did. Why are men? Why do they let their pride get in the way where they just make stupid choices? They could have saved themselves so much heartbreak. Like, what did you think was gonna happen? What I'm about to say is a little controversial, a little political, but I think war is so stupid. I get in certain situations when physical action sometimes needs to be had, but overall, like, especially over a woman like this, but just in general, like, can't we have better conflict resolution than killing everyone that lives in an area? Like, how is that gonna solve problems? It just causes more pain. Truly, a god must have snatched our wits from us to set us so at odds. No, that was your own pride, sir. The smile on page 353. This is really violent. I don't know why the ending of the first paragraph on page 365 is what, like, really made me sad. I think I'm gonna rate it like 3.25. Don't hate me. I know this is a beloved book and I get why it is, but it's definitely not my type of book, not a book for me exactly. I felt like a huge portion of the middle was very slow in pace and a little bit boring. It kind of just felt very repetitive because of just like certain war things where just things were kind of dragged on, and I get why they were. Also, the writing from like a literature perspective is very beautiful and it's written very well, but from the perspective of just a reader who likes to read, it was a little hard to understand and comprehend at times. So I didn't love that, just for my own taste and everything and my own experience. I also wish the romance and the love was stronger. Listen, I love Achilles and Patroclus together. And again, I can see the art behind the writing style and just how the story goes. So I understand why things are the way they are, but I do wish that it was a little bit more emotionally depthful. Depthful. I'm not a writer, guys. So clearly, like, I can't fully appreciate beautiful writing. I do wish that I could have felt closer as the reader to the characters and into their love for each other. So honestly, the tragedy, obviously I cried, it was hard, it was painful, it made me really sad. But it definitely didn't make me as sad as it could have. And I think other people have experienced more sadness than I did reading this because they have felt more connected, which maybe that's because they were able to connect to the writing better than me and like how I connect to writing and what writing connects to me. I felt a little distant from them in this book, but I get why. Like it all has a purpose. It's written that way for a reason. A lot of it has to do with the time period and what's going on and the culture and everything. I guess it's time to pick the next book. I desperately need a fluffy romance. Desperately. After the only one left and the Song of Achilles, 2 books that made me cry. I need something fluffy. I need something where the main characters are obsessively in love and have a happy ending. That's what I need. So Cover Wheel, have my best interest at heart, okay? I'm a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. Spin. Green. I'm sorry, Carolina, we are not reading Funny You Should Ask. I could do Terms and Conditions, the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. It's chunky and I definitely would like something shorter. I could do Business Casual. It's a fun fall book. It is between these 2 books. I'm a little conflicted because I am more in the mood for Terms and Conditions, but it is really thick and long and I wanna get this video up by the end of this week. Business Casual is a fall book and I'm running out of time for the fall and it's shorter, but I typically am not obsessed with these romances. They fall flat for me. Don't hate me. So I don't know if I'm really gonna fully be in it, you know? I'm gonna take a little bit of a gamble and choose Terms and Conditions. I read the first book in 1 sitting and that was also a thick book. I think less thick than this one, but still thick nonetheless. Hopefully this one, the writing will be also fast-paced and I can just get right into it and read it quickly within the next few days. Yeah, so I read this whole thing in one sitting yesterday. I am so shocked. I was so nervous that I wouldn't be able to finish it within the 3 days I had left to film this video. Read it all in one day, 466 pages. I woke up and then eventually I was still in bed, opened it around 11 a.m., stayed in bed reading it until 7 p.m. I don't know what it is about these books or Lauren Asher. I've only read The Fine Print and this book by Lauren Asher so far. I read The Fine Print back in January. It's been like 9-10 months before I picked up the second book. I don't know why, but I read that book in one sitting, unexpectedly too, where I just stayed in bed and I read the entire day. And then picked up this one and did the same exact thing without meaning to. It just kind of happened. So I don't know what it is about her writing. It's just so fast paced and like, I don't get tired or like that feeling of car sickness when like you read too long, you know, and you're like your head hurts, you just get like a headache or whatever. I didn't get that feeling. I don't even think I took a moment to say what this one's about. This follows Declan and Iris. We met them in the first book. Declan, in order to get his inheritance for Dreamland, which is basically like Disneyland, he needs to get married and have a child. So he plans to just kind of do like a business arrangement with someone. It doesn't really work out, and Iris, who's been his assistant for like 3 years, decides to step in and take one for the team and marry the hot billionaire. Wow, thank you for your service, Iris. And so of course, like they're like literally married, but it's a fake marriage. And then of course feelings evolve and emerge. And it was perfect because I really just needed a romance, man obsessed, after reading the previous books in this video. So this was like the perfect book for that. I ended up giving it 4 stars. It's weird because I read these books so quickly and I love reading them, but I mean, I've only read 2 of her books, but they're never 5 stars. I think the last one was 4 stars too. I need to double check that. I don't know for sure. That was 10 months ago. I loved the character development in Declan and his obsession with her. It is kind of like Grumpy Sunshine. He's just like a grump and doesn't share his emotions. And she, you know, has her own issues and her own baggage, but she still looks more to the positive and is like willing to just keep trying and working. And I really liked the way that they're dynamic with each other. And I think it was really cute and I really liked it. And now I need to get the final offer and actually read it and not put it off for 9 months. So to recap, this past week, I had to pick a blue book and I picked the only one left. I know it's not like, the cover's not blue, but like this, blue is a big color in this cover. As you know, I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. Wow. I loved it so much. Finally picked up The Song of Achilles. I've had this book for so long. I would say this is like a modern classic. I don't know what to like actually makes a classic like a modern, or a book a modern classic, but in my mind, in my perspective, this is a modern classic. It came out in 2012, so it's an older book, but it's still new in the grand scheme of time. But this is gonna be a classic. How can it not be? I rated it, I think 3.25 stars. I did really enjoy it, but it's definitely not like the book for me. But it was still so good and heart-wrenching. And then of course, as I just shared, I finished Terms and Conditions for, oh, I didn't even mention, Song of Achilles was for Blood Orange, because this was the only book that had this like deep orange. And then I had to pick a green book, and so of course, Terms and Conditions, it's all green, baby. And I rated it 4 stars. I'd say this is a very good reading week, and I'm really proud of myself. These are all books that have been on my TBR for a bit. Thanks for joining me for this video. It was so much fun. I love these types of challenges or reading videos where it's like the factor that chooses the books kind of out of my control a little bit. I mean, I like control, but it's still fun to be like, ooh, what am I gonna get? What color? Or like what number, or whatever, you know, the random generator is for. So this was really fun, and I want to do more videos like this. If you have any video suggestions, any videos you would like to see from me, please let me know. I want to make videos that you guys want to see so that you guys watch my videos. Please subscribe and like and comment and do all the things. I will see you in my next video. Bye!